it's Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report, and this one is for September 8th of 2021. I'm going to try something a little different here. I decided to come up to the garden here in Lak'ech, where I live, and give you a little tour instead of just always being at the river where it's so loud and noisy. I get people telling me all the time. Besides, the sun is still in Virgo, and that is about work. And maybe not all of our dreams come true because that sun is coming into a opposition with Neptune. It's building all week long. It's going to be exact next Tuesday, but it's going to be going on. And like I said, we've had a string of oppositions to Neptune up over there in Pisces. The moon, we just had that new moon in Virgo, right? And what we've got is that moon has moved into Libra. It's going to stay in Libra until Thursday. Goes into Scorpio, going to bump into Venus on the way. And then Venus is going to be going into Scorpio on Friday. Yeah. And here is Jesus. Jesus is the gardener here that takes care of the Ecovia garden for everybody. The guy is absolutely amazing. I mean, if you look at this garden, you can kind of tell. He must have a lot of Virgo. Anyway, what else is going on? You know, so the moon goes in there, and then other big changes that I want to be talking about today, really, are that Mars is also changing signs. It's going into Libra. Yeah. And that is on next Tuesday. Hola, buenos dias. Okay, so, and then, let me get inside the little dome here because it's the rainy season. You can see that they're making more trellises and stuff, to protect these plants from the downpours of rain that we get around here. It's a little bit in the mantra for today, the waters of life, right? So the other thing is today the moon is conjunct Mercury, and they are both opposite Chiron. I don't know if you can feel that. I have been feeling it all morning, that opposition, and I hope that I can pull off a good video here with Mercury opposite Chiron. And yeah, the moon moves into Sag on Sunday. And finally, it's going to hit the south node of the moon. Goes into Capricorn next Tuesday. So let me just kind of look at the camera, find a nice place here, and talk to you about what that's about. Wow, life is about relationships, that's for sure, man. Just asked the workers to turn off the chainsaw so I could do the Pele report. God, it's hard to just ask for things sometimes. Anyway, let's talk about this because it is all about relationships. I don't know if you read my the lunar planner that I wrote for the new moon. It is available on my blog at newparadigmastrology.com. Check that out. And this is, Venus has been moving through Libra for a month, and it's going to stay in Scorpio until October 7th. And once Mars moves into Libra, here we go, right? And then on the 20th, the 21st, the sun is going to go into Libra. The focus here for the next couple of months is on relationship and partnership. It is coming out of ourself, out of our developing, getting our own self together in preparation to give, serve, unite, connect, and grow through partnership and relationship. I'm right on the road. And I just had some neighbors come by and say hi. I mean, I like the river, man, for these reports, but I'm going to try to pull this off. What I want to talk to you about today is what's called the mutual reception. And the mutual reception is when planets are in each other's signs or each other's houses, or a combination of each other's sign and house. So when we have Venus going into Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars, and we have Mars moving into Libra, which is ruled by Venus, we have what is called a mutual reception. And this is going on for the next month until October 7th. And then the sun is going, so the highlight here is on growth through partnership and relationship. And that is what this week's mantra is about. And let's look at it even a little more so, because there's so much involved. I could go on for hours about this. But the mutual reception has to do with planetary energies, we could say taking care of each other's business. This is Mars doing what Venus is supposed to do, and Venus doing what Mars is supposed to do. In the natural horoscope, we know that Venus rules Taurus in the 2nd house, Mars rules Scorpio in the 8th house. Opposition. Mars rules Aries in the 1st house, Venus rules Libra in the 7th house. Opposition. These opposites can complement each other, they can fulfill each other, and they can also battle with each other. But let's just have a consideration of Mars doing what Venus does. And that is, Venus seeks connection, harmony, peace, and balance. Mars seeks assertion, charging, pioneering, blundering in, conquering, competing. It's just like, right? Venus is about receiving, and Mars is about, taking. So there is this dynamic where these planets can really have, it cannot be working so well. Venus doing what Mars is supposed to be doing. Mars is supposed to be charging and initiating and beginning and asserting its own unique, independent, new self and desires to fulfill its evolutionary intentions. It's going straight on a track, on a path. It's motion. And Venus is receptive and inward and, attracting to instead of, so Venus is introversion, Mars is extroversion. So this is just kind of, originally the mantra I had for today was about relationships being confusing, hurting, and healing. A couple of different aspects to these relationships and partnerships. When there is balance brought, when the oppositions are resolved and the conflicts are resolved, there are special gifts and special growth and deeper understanding around self, around the other, around love. So this is actually also, it's like if it doesn't kill you, it's going to help you grow. Yeah, this is the type of a situation where over this next month, whether we are beginning and coming out into a new relationship, whether we are transforming Venus and Scorpio, alchemically, transforming our relationships, or whether we are completing, finishing, and moving on as a means of resolving an old relationship. The focus here is that there is a lot of truth. So now I want to bring in this Sun opposite Neptune. Neptune in Pisces is the illusions, the fantasies, the imaginations, the possibilities, the potential for infinite union and love and one with all things. Multidimensional outside this third dimensional realm of separation and isolation and self. Yeah, Neptune is the periphery, right? Yeah, and Virgo Mercury is the detail. It's really coming into the center. So we have the center, which is actually the sun, but Neptune is the periphery and the center. So we've come through Leo and we're coming into Virgo, preparing for this Libra relationship, partnership of all different kinds. And what do we bump into? We bump into the sun in opposition to Neptune. It can be disappointing. It can be the end of illusion. And this is what we all have illusions about romantic fantasies of that we see in movies or fairy tales, or that we're brought up with as innocent, open children. The little young plants growing in the garden. Oh yes, yes. But like in order to blossom and grow, they really need a lot of tender, loving care. And part of that tender, loving care is compromising, cooperating, listening, slowing down, and coming out of Neptune, anything goes, anything is possible, everything is, there's no space and time, into Virgo. Let me heal myself, purge myself, purify myself in preparation to enter relationship and partnership in the most beautiful, loving, mature way that I can. And do we do that? Probably not. Because we can always be better. Virgo knows that, right? And of course, Neptune wants it all to be perfect. So there is disillusionment. There is disappointment. I am not the best person that I want to be. My partner is not the best person that I want them to be. And we start off with romantic relationships where we don't know the other person. So we project and pretend and hope and wish and throw all of our, subconscious shadow desires on that other person. So that's the initial planting of the seed of love in the garden of relationship. And as these relationships mature and evolve, Mantek Chia, kind of the father of Tantra, speaks about, not having intimate sexual relationships for 6 months. That you just allow the little plant to grow, allow that seed to, come into, some type of, strength and grow and begin to blossom and bud prior to diving. So, this is another thing. Venus and Scorpio can just want to dive into, intimacy. And of course, this is everything has a season, everything has a time. And Mars wants to charge forward and go. So there is, I would say, this, time period with the sun opposite Neptune, where we may be seeing through rose-colored glasses. We may be pretending, avoiding, denying. We are open to deception. We are open to illusion. We are open to, really being kind of taken away on a magic carpet ride that sometimes could crash. And some of us may be experiencing the crash of a previous carpet ride. But this is what I really wanted to bring. This is what the mantra brings. The truth. The truth shall prevail. And these intimate relationships bring out the truth eventually. What is true and what is illusion? What is possible? What is not possible? Who am I? Who am I pretending to be or wanting to be versus who I truly am? And who is this other person? So this intimate connection and the conflict and resolving those conflicts and discussing. This is Mercury opposite Chiron right now. These may be wounding conversations. But these wounds bring us deeper into and open up our heart to really be able to experience the fragile, delicate place of love and the heart. When I was downloading mantra for this morning. I got the image of a train running over an egg. With Virgo, with Mercury, with Uranus, with Aquarius, there is the tendency or the challenge of overthinking, objective knowledge, wisdom, knowing, just outside of it, computers and science and news and the globetrotters and all the objectiveness can really be like a train mixed with, there would be upper chakras, and the lower chakras. The train is also this Pluto, underworld will. So, combine will, lower chakras, and, thought and objectivity and dispassionate observations. And you put them together and they are a train, and they run over the delicate, fragile, vulnerable, sensitive egg. The egg, the crack in the cosmic egg, is the birth of life. It's like the portal. It's the heart. I think of Kundalini Yoga. We seek to raise the Kundalini energy. And we raise it from this dark realm of Pluto, Saturn, in the underworld of the root chakra, up through the second chakra, right? Through the Mars and the Jupiter, and up through the solar plexus and into the heart. And hopefully we integrate that heart and we own the sensitivity, that vulnerability, that compassion, and that forgiveness. And then we move up and we speak our truth through the throat chakra. And we connect all the dots through our sixth chakra, right? And we finally, raise up and open the crown. It's interesting though, right? It's not necessarily always the way that it goes. We can bypass the heart. I've heard that you can even do triple bypass surgery. There's open heart surgery. There's places where, we raise up that Kundalini and we go, let's go around the heart and keep going on up, right? I mean, it's like, it's not always, right? We don't always go according to the developmental process. We try to skip steps. We try to jump ahead. We try to achieve or set our sights or our goals on blah 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 blah. But if we move up through these upper chakras without that heart energy, that love energy, that sensitivity, and that compassion and empathy for the other, we can do a lot of damage. We can see a lot of the billionaires now. They're single. And a lot of them are through technology and the World Wide Web and science and blah, 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 this is, and it's quite dispassionate. And there maybe isn't so much heart there, and there isn't so much empathy. So we want to, just kind of look at this path of this coming month and this coming week. I want to encourage you, do the Mercury opposite Chiron, where Chiron is our deepest soul needs and fears and wounds. Talk about them, express them, communicate what you want on the deepest level. And maybe you're not happy, or maybe you're not getting it, or maybe you're afraid to ask for it, or maybe blah, 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 blah. This is the time, and the moon coming through Libra, the moon coming through Scorpio, is also wanting us to really come to the table and bring our garden veggies to the table of relationship. Ow, baby. And we may be disillusioned. We may see that, okay, oh, so and so is not able to give us what we want or need, or this situation is not feeding my soul desires to evolve, or blah 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 blah. There's any one of a million different configurations that can be happening through all of this. But the main thing is truth. South Node in Sagittarius. The truth of Sagittarius wants to be spoken through that North Node of Gemini, so that with clarity we can go forward. Instead of building our house on dreams and quicksand and imagination, we build our house on the solid foundation of truth. So this is what's possible, and the Sun in opposition to Neptune, tells us that it is time to come down to Earth, and that may involve letting go of some of these dreams, but it may also indicate that it is time to create. Take those dreams out of being dreams and bring them to Earth and create the beautiful highest frequency of love. Neptune being the higher octave of Venus, right? Universal love, Venus being personal earthly love. So let's take all that universal spiritual love and bring it down to Earth and practice it, and serve and humble ourselves and enter, deeper into intimacy. So just a few thoughts for today, a few thoughts for this week, something to think about. I could do a whole thing on mutual receptions. I mean, sounds like another course coming for the school. Oh my word. Anyway, so today's mantra, this week's mantra is: relationship is the garden where love is planted and grows. It both takes and gives the water of life and tells the truth I need to know. We have to pour our hearts, pour our emotions, pour the water of our souls into these relationships. And then these relationships also water and nourish our souls. So, it's an interesting give and take that leads to the balancing of Venus and Mars, 1st and 7th house, 2nd and 8th house, Aries and Libra, Taurus and Scorpio. You can do it, baby. Make it happen this week. One more time. Oh, the song for this week. The song for this week, I hope that you have the possibility of like a surround screen with surround sound, because last night I listened to Echo by Pink Floyd as a live concert. Well, it wasn't a concert, but it was live in Pompeii. It's about a half hour long, 25 minutes. If you can sit down and just like really sink into that. And if you don't have that much time, or you're on your phone or something, put in those earplugs. And the other one that I would say that could apply for this time period now is Mr. Fantasy. And also, the name of the album is Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys by Traffic. The Low Spark of High-Heeled Boys is one that I was, also wanting. But Sun opposite Neptune is definitely, dear Mr. Fantasy, play us a tune. Something to make us all happy. You're the one that can make us all laugh. Play guitar, sing a song. Make it snappy. Relationship is the garden where love is planted and grows. It both takes and gives the water of life and tells the truth I need to know. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.